Land of hope and glory. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to Lights Out League Racing Season 32, Race 4. And we're here with the Div 2 boys after following a fantastic race by the Div 1. TT Fleazy needs another shit now. Why don't you just go in between? I bet you're the sort of person that tries to get it out with a pair of chopsticks, you rat. Fleazy needing another shit, of course, and interrupting my intro. Yes, the Div 1 boys putting on a fantastic show, and we repeat the action of a reverse championship order grid, which means no qualifying. We go straight to the action. There will just be a couple of minutes while the drivers just put on their setups. And if I do fade off, I do apologise. I am slightly tired. Fucked like a fridge. Someone's readied up though, and they're going to get an absolute slap of a hammer. But we're going round the grid order. Silverstone's one of the oldest tracks on the calendar. It was part of the maiden race in 1950. The maiden calendar in 1950 on the old RAF Silverstone airfield, and at the end of World War II, surplus requirements, and was turned into a circuit. First GP was 1948, but the World Championship was in 1950, which was attended by Queen Elizabeth. Drivers just making their way around the 5.8 kilometre clockwise circuit, 18 corners, 10 to the right, 8 to the left, with the 4 straight line mode sections. 88% chance of a safety car, 13% chance of a VSC, which we saw none in Div 1. A mix of tyres. Everyone in Div 1 started on the mediums, but we've got Big John, Damon Hill, AJ all starting on the hard tyres, going for the alternate strategy. Good handful of fire. Kessler, Shawnee and Fleazy all starting on the soft tyres. Everyone else then going on the mediums. Shawnee P saying he doesn't have a setup on. I can't do anything about that, I'm afraid. The person who is the culprit will be reprimanded for that. So Hingle McDingleberry Bum Tag Knot leads us around as he approaches the hanger straight, joined by Danny on the front row, Big John and David on row 2 with Fire and Dan Morris on row 3, Magel and Sygate row 4 with Goon and Kessler rounding off the top 10. Josh and Idina Rui 11th and 12th with Skyglide the Audi just behind his teammates Shawnee P14, Damon Hill and AJ 15th and 16th with Benjamin Fleazy 17th and 18th. They're the ones that are leading the championship as it stands, so we'll start near the rear, and then we've got Uncle Zogs and Mr. Matic both reserving for the first time, and we'll be starting from the rear. Drivers just jumping into their grid boxes. We saw a fantastic launch for 1 or 2 in the previous race, 1 or 2 missing their grid boxes as it stands, but it's going to be a fun run down. There's no breaking point. I apologise, I've got a message. I'm back. It's a 239 metre run down from turn 1 to breaking point. It lights out and away we go. I've been distracted. I can't breathe. Danny's taking the lead of the race. Great start from Sygate up 2P5 with Kessler taking the advantage well up 2P7. Kessler's lost, Big John's lost 5 places after missing his grid box. We got a yellow flag and it looks like AJ's lost a couple of places. It's not a big loss considering where he started from. Sygate's got past Dan Morris as well. Sygate in a great vein of form at the moment. Fleazy up to P12, who had a brilliant race in Div 1. Reservist Skyguide up to P9. Fire up to P3 as well. Some big movers. AJ's caught up with the pack. Benja getting swamped, so Uncle Zogs and Matic making a great start. Skyguide and Josh exchanging places as David Bandit dropping a couple of places as well. Let's see how Shawnee P gets on after not putting on his setup, but not a great place to go side by side through Michael Beckers. That's brave, but great driving between Fleazy and Skyglide. It looks like it's slightly settled. Danny leading us round. Kessler up to P4 with Josh and Skyglide having a great battle through Stowe Corner. Fleazy flying on through, looking to make the overtake on the outside. Locking wheels with Skyglide on the outside, leave each other plenty of room. Slight tap on Fleazy. Skyglide has the corner. Big John making a move as the Cadillac of David Bandit goes on the outside. He came back on the track a little bit ropey, and Skyglide's been tapped around turn 3. Big John as well has managed to keep his guard going, but he's in a cluster of cars at the moment. Skyglide's ended up at the back, and Big John swamped by both the McLarens. This is expected by the Div 2 boys as Mr. Matic loses out in a couple of positions. Oh, Damon Hill just riding the curb on the inside of Brooklands. Beer required. I required mine. Ready for Div 1. Don't you drink and drive? Damon Hill and Gooner exchanging positions. AJ getting past Gooner as well, trying to make damage limitation. Fleazy getting past Dingleberry. Up to P5 now as Damon Hill and Benja find it very difficult. Fleazy's had a great start up to P5. As drivers switching places all the time. Just while after the first couple of laps, Shawnee's past Josh at Stowe. As Fleazy now down to P6 after leading the race. Dingleberry's first race of the season. Little snap of oversteer from Danny as Hingle tries to make the move but has to slot behind. Damos now up to P3. Sygate's taking the lead of the race. How did I miss that? How did I miss that? Sygate leads the race. And like I said, he's in a fantastic vein of form at the moment. He's got Kessler over the back of him though. As Josh gaining, John gaining on Sean. He's lost out a couple of positions there. Kessler now in the lead of the race for the Haas boys. Shawnee's lost out now. He's had a moment coming out of Aintree and is now at the rear. Damon Hill, who's won last time we visited here, is swamped down in P14 at the moment. It's Danny and David having a bit of a battle here. Hingelman getting past Josh. Going deep at Cop's corner. Might be best giving that position back. Gaining an advantage going off the track. Fire holding his own here in P5. But it's a big train going all the way down to Uncle Zogs. Dan Morris now getting past Sygate. Down the hanger straight, as well as Fleazy on fire. Fleazy isn't on fire. He is on fire. It's John past David. We got to get a flag. Who's come a cropper? It's Damon Hill. Oh, speaking of someone that's not in form, Lee Williams is struggling a bit after a great start to the season. Fleazy up ahead of Dan, up to P3, and he's chomping at the bit to try and get past the Alpine on the outside of Village. Turn 3, we'll have the inside then of Loop. Oh, just squeezed a bit from Alpine, but he's still in the mix. Kessler's got a second ahead of Sygate. It's not looking that sunny as, oh, what's happened to Skyglide as well? Some of the big hitters are really struggling at the moment. And found himself down now in P20 as Damon Hill getting past Zogs. Matic up to P10. Mr. Matic. He's not just Matic, he's Mr. Matic. Josh getting past Fire and John past Danny. Positions getting swapped all the time. Aston Martin of Danny going off the track. That Cop's just pushing too hard. Dan losing out a couple of positions, gone slightly offline through Maggotts and Beckett's. As firing Hingle McDingleberry bum Tagnuts goes through. Fleasy jostling here with Cygate as Dan Morris getting past fire once again. Just can't keep up with this. Just stop it. Idina Rui up to the top 10 as Bo Ninja Hingle McDingleberry bum Tagnut getting past fire. Now what we'll crucially see is the soft tyres wearing quite early, and I reckon they'll probably do another couple of laps and then guys will have to pit. Gooner up to P13 ahead of Danny, who was at the lead of the race, is now down to P15 as AJ's gone through, and Damon Hill going through Abbey and turn 3 of Village. Danny down to P18. I've just been absolutely swamped here. Once you go offline, you end up taking corners in a different line that you would normally take in. It slows you down. And next he's got Skyglide, who's on the inside of Brooklands. Another yellow flag. Who's losing out this time? I think someone's just gone off a bit. Might have been David, who's under threat from Benja, but holding his own at the moment. And Benja does go through, coming out of Woodcote. See the move of Benja just ahead, getting ahead of Idina Ruiz at Cops. Brilliant move, and Idina Ruiz lost out to AJ, and so has Benja. AJ, just a little squirt of his battery into the top 10 now after being at the back of the grid. Mr. Matic now up to P7. This could be a spectacular debut for the Haas reserve. Oh, and as we see fire, his tyres are on fire. And he goes off the track. I wouldn't be surprised if he's in the pits. He does. Don't speed, don't speed, don't speed, don't speed. Good lads. Fleasy now into the lead of the race. He's got Kessa with him for company. Cygate just out of reach. Josh now up to into the top 4. Position, I can't keep up who's doing what. You can all see what's happening. Terry's is not around to be spinning this week. His wheel's broken. I'll be back, I'm sure. David Bandit having a great tussle here with Maegle. Just a slight clatter of the side pod. And now up to P16. Skyglade and Gooner. Gooner losing out to Skyglade at Cops. And running in P13, the former Challenger champion. Shawnee P still got some decent life in these soft tyres. There's Dan Morris looking to try and make a move. Keep an eye on that though. What's going on here? It's Fleasy's in the pits. Always does me at this corner because the positions go up and down. So Fleasy getting off the soft tyres. He's going to be doing a 2-stopper. That might be the wrong call here. Everyone was doing a 1-stopper in the Div 1. It could cost him the race win. Kessler back in the lead of the race, then Cygate and Josh in the podium positions. They've got a bit of a gap to Dan Morris, Hingle McDingleberry and Mr. Matic now running in the top 6. Got a yellow flag. It's not Shawnee P, is it? I think he's had a bit of an issue coming through turn 3. These soft tyres just coming a cropper. And him and Kessler potentially not on the right strategy either, which would, for me, put Cygate in the net lead of the race. And Josh in potentially with the best performance of the season, running in P3 and showing the form that he had last season in the Challenger tier. Shawnee. Ooh, what was that ahead? Might have been a slight connection issue, or yeah, you can see there's a bit of a jolt there from David Bandit. You can see his car's just stuttering. Josh has got himself ahead of Cygate then. Shawnee. Right behind Idina Rui, but he's going to be pitting very soon to get off these soft tyres. They're not going to last. Terry saying AJ starting on the hards here. Could be a good call. Him and Big John and Damon Hill all doing the alternate strategy. Lennon saying you have to do a one stop here. Pit lane's too slow. Means you're a little bit of a struggle to get to lap 11 and you'll be fine. We saw Katamis get himself a puncture. As we see Damon Hill trying to make a move on Benja, which he does in the inside of Brooklyn's. Brilliant overtake from the Williams. Him, AJ and Big John all in a very fine position. Mr. Matic now up to P4. So there's a cracking drive on debut here. Damon Hill side by side with AJ at Cops. And AJ just poking his nose just ahead. But oh, what a move from Damon. What a move from Damon Hill. Just ahead of Mackett's corner. I think he caught AJ slightly by surprise. And AJ will be not having that one bit. As Big John is losing out to not one, but potentially two. Only to plants his car well. AJ just didn't have enough to get past. Can he make a move at the final couple of corners? As we see Mr. Matic pitting. Might be an early pit stop here for Mr. Matic. As Uncle Zog's in as well. Josh now in the lead of the race. Kessler has dropped down to P3. I think his soft tyres is just struggling a bit at the moment. Mr. Matic got a speed in the pit lane. Italian hand gesture for the rookie driver. And that will cost him a potential podium position. He was absolutely flying through the grid like a bull in a china shop without hitting people. And this could be a move from Sygate. And he does go slightly deep at Copso, but keeps the position. Josh fights back, side by side through Maggots. Oh, brilliant driving for both again. That could have ended nasty with Josh right on the curb, but did not want to give up that first position. We've got Kessler right behind them, but Sygate isn't close enough to make a move. He's on the defence here from the Haas. There's Haas on the inside of the Alpine and up to P2. Great squabble for the lead of the race here, and I wouldn't be surprised if Kessler goes in. He's still going here. And he's going to struggle in the traction zones, the Haas. But he's going to try and go the mile. 9 laps on the soft tyres is incredible. Hingle McDillow's into the pits. And Shawnee P spin the pit lane. No! Italian Haas gesture. Another one. Oh, it's all kicking off now. Oh, David Bandit's on it as well. Ah, penalties galore. Handing them out like the pedo ice cream man. Come on, get. Shawnee did that in Div 1 or 2 apparently. I can't remember. Oh, he did, didn't he? He had the penalty. So, Dan Morris has now joined the battle here for the lead of the race. After dispatching 1 or 2 drivers, I think they've gone into the pits. He's carried on going here, Dan, and he's well in for a chance for a podium. I think a podium definitely with Kessler's taking a big risk here with the soft tyres. He needs to be careful. You can see how much he was struggling through Maggots and Beckett's. Dan could have a good exit here, coming out of Chapel, down the hanger straight, and up to the podium positions for the Red Bull. Look at that bottom half of the grid and the penalties that are already given out in the first 10 laps. AJ up to P6 ahead of Benja. And Kessler finally deciding to pit. The hard tyre, definitely the best tyre to be on at this stage if you haven't pit AJ, Damon Hill and Big John all licking their lips for a potential decent podium position here. But Cygate, the one that's navigating the field back into the lead of the race. This is incredible from Cygate this season. It's like there's not many drivers that have taken to the game like he has since the DLC's dropped. And he's had an incredible increase in form here. He just needs to not fuck it up, and I'm not going to commentate curse him. I don't want to do that. Let's have a look here as Magel comes out in P18. Idina Rui, the one lowest down that hasn't pit yet, in P11. I won't be surprised if we see him pit very, very soon. Fleasy, after his pit stop, he's only running P10, struggling a little bit to carve his way through the field and get the temperature in his tyres. Benja getting back past AJ, and Cygate losing out 2 positions. AJ's actually slapped back into P5. Damon Hill comfortable in P4 at the moment. Dan Morris into the lead of the race then, as Josh and Cygate both into the pits. They're both looking to do a potential undercut. Damon Hill carrying on then, along with AJ and Big John. Big John's got a fucking nosebleed, he's that high. Incredible performance here from the Mercedes. I bet he's absolutely loving this drive. He's going to have to be careful and look at his mirrors. Skyglide is just about 1.5 seconds behind. Must think he's on Mount. He must think he's on Mount fucking Everest. He's that high. But he's pushing AJ. I think 1 or 2 drivers have had a week of practicing. We had a week's break though, so a good 2 weeks just finding the perfect setup here. Silverstone is one of the drivers' favourites, and I think a lot of drivers know this track like the back of their hands. And yeah, the likes of Big John and Cygate are very, very, and Josh as well, very impressive. Both here stuck behind Kessler, who got the undercut. Has got a 2-second advantage to Josh. As we see fire on the outside of Hingle McDingleberry. Bum Tagnut went off the track for the overtake, so gives the position back. It's a good tussle, and I expect him to fight his way out of Chapel. As we see a fight at the top of Skyguide and Fleasy. Skyguide's in the pit, Dan Morris in the pit as well, and Damon Hill takes the lead of the race. AJ and John then both in the podium positions, and like Terry Red said, these 3 could be very much dark horses as the final stage of the race unfold. We're halfway through, lap 13 of 26, and it's absolutely flown by. There's stuff happening all the time. Can Fleasy go to the end? 19, 20 laps on these tyres. It's going to be tricky, and I think it's going to be a bit of a tiptoe around the last couple of laps, I think. Big John still sticking here with AJ. Got Fleasy in his mirrors as well. There's Hingle McDingleberry on the inside of Benja, up to the top 10 for the Ferrari on his first outing of the season. Absolute dipshit signed up for a full-time seat and didn't even have the game. Clown move, but he's back with us, and hopefully he'll be with us for the rest of the season, as we see Shawnee up to P12 ahead of Fire. Shawnee with the newer tyres, only by a couple of laps. God, these penalties are pinging, popping off. Pit stop for AJ and Big John. Damon Hill's carried on. Fleasy then up to P2. Mr. Matic and Kessler, both Haas drivers, coming around the final couple of corners, pulling along. Josh in the Ferrari should jump the pit stoppers. It's a slow pit lane, like Lennon said. Oh no, AJ hasn't spit in the pits. Oh, he hasn't. Oh, he has. He has as well. Oh my Christ. I know he sometimes has his dramas with other drivers, but that's his own doing. Oh, it could have cost him a bloody podium position, that. Even a potential race win. He's just going to have to push like the crackers now. As David Bandit into the pits. Danny on the soft tyres will definitely have to pit again. Skyguide Audi up to the top 10 as AJ goes in the outside of Hingle McDingleberry at Woodcote. Gets himself another penalty as well. I said he's going to be pushing, but he needs to keep it within the track limits. Skyglide, oh, what a move from the Audi. Just ahead of Maggott's corner, and Skyglide flies through on fire. I don't think he's got enough to fight back as AJ goes on through. Damien Hill finally in the pits then. Will he lose out on the undercut? Oh, who's got a yellow flag? It was Danny. How'd he go off the track there? Is it straight? What the So Fleasy entered the lead of the race, and he's got a good 11-second advantage over Mr. Matic. Mr. Matic, of course, has the track limits, so the speed and pit lane penalty. What a lot of the drivers may want is a safety car. It is Div 2, of course, so we may get one. But can Fleasy go to the end? This will be an incredible job if he can do softer hards. Shawnee P up to P11 ahead of Fire, who gets the position back at Brooklands. A lovely Jablay. Dan Morris currently running P6. Outside of Sygate, up to P5. Sygate just slots behind, going through cups. Very hard to follow through at a full pelt. Lennon just highlighting that there is 5 drivers without penalties out of a grid of 20. Incredible job by them so far. There's still time. Will we get a full quota of pens? Sygate taking a quick look at Dan, but not quite there. Another yellow flag. It looks like it's a McLaren. It's not. It's a Ferrari of Dingleberry Bung Tagnut. He's gone off. Coming out of Beckett's corner. Italian hand gesture for AJ, and he's retired. Oh, for Christ's sake. AJ, just stop it, man. You're still within a decent finishing position, you clown. Fuck's sake. Does me head in. Every bloody race. Right. Fleasy. It's got 11 laps, including this one, to go. 11-second gap. What can Mr. Matic on debut? Yes, every driver that finishes scores bloody points. He knows this. It's not fucking new. Damien Hill on those fresh medium tyres. Gets past Skyguy then and looks to now slap down Benja. Skyguy, one of those ones with no penalties, so he'll be hoping to make some big gains. AJ, one of the championship challengers, will get 0 points. Josh on Kessler, both on a similar tyre strategy, and up to P3 then the Ferrari. Kessler taking a quick look on the inside, but the door was slammed shut. Mr. Matic just ahead of them. What a debut this is. Sygate losing out now down to P8. Always seems to struggle in the second stint. Maybe in the future, maybe he should start on the hards. Guna again ahead of Shawnee, who is in the pits then with Fire. Terry said if Fleasy can get to the end, it should be an easy win. Still got that gap for him and Matic. They've done pretty much double the laps and the drivers behind them. As Damon Hill looks like he was going to get past Dan. Oh, Dan gets boxed in. Misses his braking point and hits the back of Benja. Slight clatter with Damon Hill. What's happened to Skyglide? I think he just forgot to put down the throttle. Damon Hill back ahead of Dan then. Has Dan got wind damage from hitting the back of the McLaren? It is up to the driver behind, and a great overtake from... Oh, Sygate! Oh, saw a door open, flew through it. Not the greatest exit coming out of Chapel, and Dan Morris goes through, retakes the position back to P7. There's Josh in past Matic. Oh, just slightly closes the door on Kessler. Damon Hill. Oh no, who was that? It looks like it was Fire. He's not on fire. He's full of shit. He came off coming out of Woodcote ahead of Cops. Lost out a few seconds. Front two drivers just find it difficult round there. Probably ended up in the gravel. Mr. Matic then has lost out to both Josh and Kessler then. Down to P4, maybe gave the position to his teammate for closing the door on him. And Sygate and Dan Morris once again. Sygate at Brooklands up to P7. Dan and Skyglide snapping at the heels like some hungry turtles. With Damon Hill just ahead, but they go through single file as you were. With Benja in the middle as well. Another yellow flag. Is it just a driver letting one go? No, Shawnee and... I think Shawnee had a moment. Shawnee has, coming through turn 3. And now Fire is all up in his grill. Dan Morris doesn't want to get too impatient. Choose his time well. Fleasy, lap 19 of 26, has done 12 laps on these already. He's gained some time here on Josh. Let's hope he's not pushing too hard and ends up with a puncture here. Pit really early after starting on the soft tyres. It's opened up a gigantic gap. Skyglide on the outside of Brooklands. Look to make a move on the Red Bull. Just pulled out last minute to avoid contact. And we'll have to go again. Got a better exit coming out Woodcote. We'll have the outside to go wheel to wheel to Cops Corner. Dan Morris is holding the inside. And Skyglide takes the position. Great drive in from both. Oh, how did... Skyglide just dumped on Sygate as well. Gets himself a track limits for making that move. It was risky. And his cost him as Dan Morris using his battery. Oh, he's a bullet train! Up to P7 from the Red Bull, doing the double overtake. Skyglide's been done by both as well. That was a move from Dan. Like that. Like it a lot. Mr. Matic doing that second pit stop then and having to serve the penalty. So he definitely will not be on the podium today, but he'll be I think he'll be happy with his performance. Can't touch the car. Josh still running that comfortable P2. Kessler just lingering just behind him. So lap 20-26. Fleasy leading the way now, just under 12 seconds. Will we see that gap drop? Will his tyres last? He just has to nurse them. He doesn't need to push. He's got a massive gap here. Just lift and coast. Uncle Zog's in the pits as well, doing his second pit stop. Kessler just over a second behind Josh, as we see Skyglide overtake Skyglide ahead of Cops up to P7. Skyglide, of course, picking up the track limits on the previous lap. Who will bullet train out of Chapel now? This is going to be interesting. Skyglide not having the best. Skyglide, though, is looking to make a move on the outside of Stowe corner. And just slightly holds the line. They're going wheel to wheel through Stowe. They're going to approach the final couple of corners here with Dan staying just ahead. Skyglide not fancying the inside line of Vale. It's not as obvious as it looks, Hot Stepper. He did a completely different strategy. Skyglide ahead of Dan Morris as well, up to P6. This is a squabble of the ages here between Skyglide, Dan and Cygate. He started on the soft tyres pit really early, and he's still got another 5-6 laps to go on these tyres, and the gap is dropping now under 11 seconds. So either he's struggling slightly, or he is just preserving the tyres to the end and trying to. You've got to be careful here, the Cadillac. Have a quick look at the current standings. So in the Div 2, it is Fleasy that leads the way, but only five points in the Div 2 standings. He'll obviously gain a bit more of an advantage if he finishes in his current position. He's leading by 3 points in the professional tier, ahead of Benja, with AJ, Damon Hill and Skyglide all within touching distance. AJ, of course, going to lose out big time by not finishing. Skyglide caught up to Benja here. Benja's joined part of the battle, and he'll be under threat from the Audi. As we look, and Idina Rui currently leading the way in the Challenger tier. Fire just behind him, along with Kessler and Cygate and Magel. And Dead Divine, who's not with us this week, so he's going to be one of the biggest losers. Skyglide looking to make big gains. So as it stands, actually, what I think, Fleasy will get P1, Josh will get P2, Kessler will get P3 on podium and P1 in the Challenger tier. We're actually ignoring the brilliant performance here from Kessler, the Challenger tier driver, currently running in P3. Benja does get done by Skyglide, and Skyglide now into P5. Uncle Zog, another track limits penalty. Damon Hill currently running P4 and will get the P3 in the professional tier. Cygate and Idina Rui, the other two drivers get on the Challenger tier podium as it stands. Cygate, they will want to try and get past Dan Morris. Oh, you could hear the lifting coast there from the Alpine. Hopefully they're not going to be like Lennon and run out of fuel. McLaren, 1 point advantage in the constructors. Currently P6 and P12. Cadillac is a team just behind them, but will get massive points from Fleasy and half points from David Bandit. Matic speed in the pit lane. No! And he's called it a day. Why have you retired, my friend? Oh my god, we got another one. Skyglide, oh, just slightly going deep at Brooklands. And check on. And in the pits then, Hingle, McDingleberry, Bung, Tagnot, don't speed. And interesting call from the Ferrari. Is he looking to jump on some soft tyres and go for a fastest lap here? He's having a great battle with Bandit, unless he's got damage. No damage, so it is a fastest lap attempt. Maybe looking to outdo Zogs and Fire. As Fire, as I said, just gets it 29.9. Fleazy, 9.5 seconds with 3 laps to go. Can he make it to the end? Josh, with the best performance of the season, currently with P2, and I think the Spurs man will be very, very happy with his performance today. And as I mentioned, Kessler, depending on penalties, can he keep that official Div 2 P3, but will get P1 in the Challenger tier. Oh, yellow flag. Is this a crucial yellow flag? Looks like it was... Sygate, no! Oh, he's lost our position to Guna. Is he just struggling now? It always seems to Sygate, he struggles in that second, the second stint. I just don't think he likes the hard tyres, and I reckon he should start on hard tyres and then have the mediums for the second, because it'll be a lot more racy. It's unfortunate for the Alpine. May gain 1 or 2 positions after the penalties. Whoa, what was that? He's done it again. Did he fucking sneeze? Comes off at Beckett's gun chapel. He does not want to lose out to Idina Ruiz, just behind him. Big John also not far behind. He's got to be careful with the Alpine. Just nurse his tyres. They're going to be... What's happened to Fire? Fire's retired in the pits. What's wrong with you, you clown? You're literally 2 laps away from the end. Oh, these guys. I swear they're just all brain dead. That means 0 points for the Visa Carb team. Penultimate lap, Fleazy, 9.5 seconds. 2 laps of him to, well, 1.5 laps now for him to make it to the end, as Guna and Dan having a good tussle at Brooklands. And of course, with no penalties, so Guna just needs to be careful. He doesn't need to potentially force this. He's got a big gap to Sygate behind him, so he doesn't need to risk anything at all. He could go potentially too crazy and ruin both their races. Dan Morris, of course, within touching distance of Benja to maybe leapfrog him. Idina Ruiz got past Sygate on the inside of Maggots and Beckett's, and Sygate just struggling at the end of this race. And he's got Big John creeping up to him for company. He does not want to see that Mercedes come any closer. Is Sygate struggling with fuel, maybe? I wonder if he's struggling with fuel. Like, you don't drop back that much. Guna has got past Dan Morris. And maybe as well, with it being the last lap, Dan doesn't necessarily need to do anything too crazy himself. Big John up to P10 then. I think Sygate is struggling with fuel here. Now Damon Hill has jumped up into the podium positions to the expense of Kessler, who's had a brilliant drive. We'll jump on with Fleazy down the hanger straight for the final time. The Cadillac, looking to extend his lead at the top, has done a brilliant strategy call. Did not think that the softs to hards would work, but he's made it work. And comes around Clubbenvale for the final time and takes the win at Silverstone in the Reverse Championship. Congratulations to Fleazy. Next up is Josh in the Ferrari with his best performance of the season. Will take P2 with Damon Hill just behind but Kessler jumps him, and Skylight jumps him on penalties. Kessler will take P3 and P1 in the Challenger tier. Skyglider take P3 in the Professional tier. Damon Hill P5. Benja comes home P6. Dan Morris P7. Guna 8th. Idina Rui comes round P9. What's his penalties like? There's Big John behind him. This will determine the positions. Idina Rui will take P2. Big John P3. Gets jumped by Sygate. He takes P3 in the Challenger tier. Big John P11. Then Shawnee. He's got some big penalties. Comes home P12 at the moment. As Magel, you can see limping round, approaching Club and Vale. Uncle Zog, Danny and Bull Ninja, Hingle McDingleberry, Bum Tagnut. Magel does take P13. And our last person to finish is the debutant. He's not debutant. It's Odin's son. That's why I couldn't remember it. Odin's son comes across the line and gets some more points for the Cadillac team. Oh, that was exciting. That was exciting. Absolutely loved every second of that. Hits it out the park. Big gap between him and the rest of the field after a different strategy call, but Fleasy takes the win in Silverstone. Odinson says better than last rate. Congratulations on finishing, Odinson. Well done, my friend. Fire to getting the fastest lap, but he did. DNF from the race, so he's not going to get it. And then Fleasy driver of the day and overtakes, but it won't apply because of the reverse championship. So Fleasy taking the win. Josh coming home P2. Big shout out to him in the Ferrari and Haas of Kessler. Congratulations to him. Pixie is the GOAT. Thanks, Jax Daniels. I am a GOAT. Meh! And gets P1 in Challenger. Sky P3 in the Professional. Damon Hill 5. Benja 6th. 7th for Dan Morris. Guna 8th. Idina Rui and Sygate getting the 2 other podium positions in the Challenger tier. John 11th. Shawnee 12th. Magel 13th. Odinson 14th with Uncle Zogs. Danny, Hingle Bingle Bingle, Hingle Bingle Bingle, Hingle Bingle, Hingle Bingle, Hingle McDingleberry, Bum Tagnut 17th. Fire getting the fastest lap, but I don't think it's his. 29.9, let's have a look. Let's see if we can see. 38, 38.87. It looks like it might go to Skyglide. No, Hingle McDingleberry gets it. Matic, AJ, and Fire then all DNFing. So yes, Hingle McDingleberry gets the fastest lap. Bum Tagnuts. Or did he retire in the pits? Did he retire in the pits? Well, it's either him or Skyglide. One of the two. Me no know. I don't know. Me no know. Wow. What a week that was. It was worth the wait. And the drivers definitely delivered in both Div 1 and Div 2. And if you'd like to see more of that, join us next Wednesday, 7:30 UK for the Div 1 boys, half past 9? No, just 9 p.m. UK for the Div 2 boys. And we will be at Suzuka for the standard format race 5. My name's Alex. This has been Lights Out League Racing. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. We want to hit that big 153. And thank you for joining me. Peace out.